And so, gonna go ahead, kick this day off with one of the industry's best. Really, I've had an opportunity to observe her from afar, now to be able to work with her. She is truly a documented industry leader. She is a super mom. She is a beautiful wife. She is a director in Riman. She is also from Boston. You got to say it right, Boston, Massachusetts. But she is all over. She is building team globally as well as locally. She knows 150% of the facts of this business, loves having fun, loves helping people, making boatloads of money. But what I love about her the most, she is truly down to earth. So I need you to show some love in the chat. Welcome your first trainer for this morning to kick it off, the wonderful Jennifer Barsamian.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Jermaine, for that beautiful introduction. I got teary-eyed. You know I pay him to say that, right? That's Jermaine. The check's in the mail, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And what an honor for really for all of us to be partnered with these incredible leaders. Now, you probably all noticed that we're not all on the same team. We're sidelines, we're friends, we're people rising together, and we're here to elevate not only the direct selling industry and to elevate Riman and to elevate you. Most important, we are here to elevate you today. So let's get started. I'm talking to you today about K pop-ups, and it's going to be a little different, I think, than what you expect around a K pop-up. And let's get into it. Here's the thing. We call them K pop-ups. Why? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Let us know in the chat why we call it a K pop-up. So it's a little bit of a play on a name, right? What's very popular, K-beauty, yes. But what's very popular in South Korea? Anybody know? And actually very popular in the US now, K-pop. K-pop music. You got it. It's the music. So we're doing a little play on K-pop up. Now, what's a pop-up? Pop-ups have existed for years, right? In any sort of a business space. And really what it is, it's a business without a typical physical storefront, and they show up somewhere. So shout out to the salon owner who's on our team, one of the many hundreds of salon owners on our team, Lee Rudman. If you're watching, Lee, love you, man. What Lee does is has somebody in the salon once a month, and it's either a jewelry vendor, a clothing vendor, a K-beauty vendor, right? Now she's representing her own product, her own K-beauty, but bringing somebody in who doesn't necessarily have a storefront. That's a pop-up. Remember, we are the business. We don't have a storefront. Our business exists when we open our mouths and we share it in some way. And, I always talk about this, but the basics of our business are this. You generate interest by a share. The share could be verbal, it could be phone call, it could be social media, right? Generate interest by a share, point them to a tool, could be a Facebook group, could be a video, could be one of the Tuesday or Thursday night, Wednesday night, the opportunity Zooms, right? And then you follow up to close. And the close is going to be one of three things. They're going to pop out the end of your sale funnel as a planner, as a customer, or as a referral source. They're going to, hey, Susie, I guess K-beauty isn't for you. You don't want to have great skin and a glow. Okay, whatever, and I always just feel bad for them. I'm like, well, too bad for you. You're missing out. But hey, do you know anybody that's into skincare? Do you know anybody who owns a salon? Do you know anybody who likes K-beauty, right? So that's the referral source. All right. So the K pop-up, showing up, sharing your products, your mouth is open. It's a way to generate interest. And there are so many ways to do it. Are you ready? Before we go to the next slide, I'm going to invite you in the meeting chat to let us know some ways that you could do a K pop-up. Where could you do one? Who could you do it with? I want to see if anyone can think out of the box. I know, well, you're here. You're smart Riman representatives. You can all think out of the box. Anybody? Oh, am I frozen? Oh, I'm just talking away to nobody. Sorry, guys. Boogers.
I can see you
I knew
fine.
this was gonna happen.
You're good.
You can hear me? Oh, good, good, good. Okay. I was trying to get back on. I'm on this uh temp what's the word? Wi-Fi that's weird, basically. Okay, not frozen. Coffee shop. Yes, coffee with a friend. Yes. Oh, Feng Li, you nailed it. Anywhere. Anywhere that you are with your products. Hotel lobby. Absolutely. Keep going on that. Let's see what we all come up with, right? Mini facials, the plane. Okay, here's what I came up with. And I put a check mark next to the ones I've done. So if in my 14 years of direct sales, the check mark is where Jen Barsamian has done a pop-up. But look at all these. Partner with the nail salon, partner with the hair salon. The best was I had somebody reach out to me last week. She's a laser hair removal specialist with her own spa. And she said, she says to me, would you be open to setting up a table and sharing your products in our spa? Yeah, I'd be open. Are you kidding me? Like that's a gift, right? So where are you going to set up? Where are you going to do your stuff? I can send these out to the directors too, so they can post these that can help you kind of jog ideas or take a screenshot. Ellen, the apartment complex, the clubhouse, the common room, the fitness studio, right? Somebody said to me, now I don't know what bunko is. Do y'all know what bunko is? But my friend Brooke, she's like, Jen, I'm gonna share it with bunko. I'm like, what's that? But whatever it is, that's her pop-up. Okay. So we're gonna think outside the box here. Now, I've also partnered with stores in malls. So in our mall at home, I have been in 2 different store locations. So go to your mall and kind of scope it out. Now, it's probably not going to be the big chain. It's probably not going to be the Lululemons, right? But, and hey, I shouldn't even say that. Can't hurt to ask, right? But look for the kind of smaller stores. And those are always looking to bring people in. They want more people, more eyeballs in their store. So, what I've done in the past is partnered with these locations, and they have said to me, if I want to bring anybody in, so I open it up to my mailing list, they'll give 20% off to my folks. And then I tell their folks that I'll give them some sort of a special, right? It's a reciprocal relationship. All right. So oh, Lululemon sales reps, they need more money. Exactly. And then you're going after the sales reps, you're going after the customers. Okay. So think outside the box. Now, here's the other piece, always be ready to do business. So, what does that mean? Have products with you at all times. If you don't carry a purse, sorry, Jermaine. Jermaine doesn't need a purse. Chris Kim, I think, has like a fanny pack or some kind of a backpack. And Chris Kim always has the Viaton oil mist with him. He has the stick, he has the cream. He is ready at a moment's notice to share these products. And when you spray that mist near anyone's face, what do they think? Ooh, high-end spa. Ooh, this smells like the Ritz-Carlton experience. It is gorgeous. So always be ready to share your products. Now, when Susan and I were talking about doing this training, I said to her, oh, yeah. And I always have order forms in my bag in a plastic folder. And she's like, girl, that is like so old school. I'm like, I am old school. So I have order forms. The rest of you normal people, you got your website up and ready to go, right? Always know your website. And here's the other piece of it. You want to have some before and after pictures on hand. So save them. This is what I do. I save them into my phone. I have an album called Riman and I pull them up. Now I have one called Riman Acne. So you can differentiate them, right? If you're talking to somebody who has eczema, psoriasis, rosacea, whatever, you have a different folder, different album to share and pull up. I print them out. I do. I am an old baby. I hand them out at parties. I'm going to talk about it when I talk about your parties at your house. And I have to say, I have a very high success rate of getting sales at parties, very high. I did one last week and we had a 100% sales success rate, and it comes back to order form. So we're going to talk about that. All right, but be ready to do business. Now, here's the other thing. I'm not saying you have to put on all your makeup and wear fancy clothes and do yourself up, but if you bump into somebody, we don't want you thinking, "Oh my gosh, I don't like the way I look right now. I'm not gonna talk to Susie." Be ready to do business. Put a little makeup on. Put on a shirt or, an outfit that makes you feel comfortable, that you're not embarrassed in when you leave the house. You are potentially gonna be around, well, you are gonna be around, right? Maybe hundreds of potential customers and reps. So you wanna look like you're okay speaking to somebody. You're not gonna run out the door when your neighbor walks into the drugstore because you look crappy, okay? So you just take a few minutes to get yourself up. So always be ready to do business. So those are the K-pops that you can do any old place, that you can have one-on-one in the parking lot of the grocery store when you bump into somebody, right? But what I really want to delve into today is the home party model. Now, I know it's not for everybody. If it is for you, fantastic. It's a great way to make sales, to build your business, to find planners. If it's not for you, it might be for somebody on your team. So it's important to learn these basics and these techniques so that you can teach them to other people. So why are we even hosting K-pop-ups in the first place? They will absolutely help you grow your customer base, right? So let's say you have a party, let's say 10 people from the party buy. I think on average for me, I have an 80% retention rate. There's 20% that I don't know where they're going. Maybe they're going back to their old yucky skincare, or maybe they don't, maybe they only wash with soap, like whatever it is. And maybe some of you have a higher retention rate. I have 80%. So if I get 10 people and I sell to them, 80% of them are coming back to buy more from me. Over time, that builds you quite a lovely business with great residual income. Okay, so that's one reason to have the pop up. Also, it drives consistent sales. So I'm doing one a week. Again, you don't have to do that. That's what I'm doing to drive consistent sales in my business and always be bringing new people in. But now we're at the point that the one I did last week, we do them every Wednesday. We signed three, I think four, one might have been a rep, 3 or 4 people at that party. So now next week, they're bringing people back, right? So we're getting bigger and big. Now you bring more people. Oh, you're going to join us. Now you bring more people, right? And that's how you grow it out locally as well, um, and create duplication. Your team is going to do what you do, not what you say. So do the do is my best advice. When you're getting people to come to your party, and this right now it's house party, we're right down to the nitty gritty of it. The most important thing, and Susan's going to go over inviting in depth because that's kind of the heart of our business, right? Generate interest, invite, follow up, point to a tool, close. So invite. And my favorite thing is when I'm talking to a new planner. Oh, Kitty, we'll talk about the products. My favorite thing is when I'm talking to a new planner and I say, how many people do you want to have in the room? And I let them decide. And usually the answer is 20. I hear 10, I hear 20. Some people say 50. I'm thinking to myself, oh, good luck with that. But not to be negative, people can do it. However, generally, if you're going for 20 people, you want to get 20 people in the room. How many people do you think you need to invite generally to get 20 people in the room? Let me know in the chat. Numbers game. Yes. Oh, Jen Lynn knows. Jen Dahlgard knows. You guys have been trained by the best. Lynn Thomas, I know, helps a lot of y'all. Yep, 100 people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 200 people, Colleen, will probably yield you really maybe 40 to 50, which is wonderful. So yeah, when I say to people, okay, you're going to invite 40 to 50 people, and the ladies will say to me, well, my kitchen isn't that big. I can't have 50 people. Like, it's so cute that they think 50 people are going to show up. Absolutely not. We did one last week or 2 weeks ago. Trina and I did one. We had one person come, one person, and we had so many invites out. People are busy. They don't prioritize this. This is very important to us as the representatives of the company, not as important to the people who don't really know what we're up to yet. People aren't going to cancel big plans. They're certainly not going to cancel a wedding shower to come to your K pop-up, right? So you just invite as many people as you can and you hope for the best. No, you don't. You follow up. So you invite them and then you follow up. So you keep a list. And, back to Jen being old fashioned, the best way I think to invite, and again, I'm a boomer or whatever they call us, the Gen Zs call us boomers. So I'm a boomer. So what I say to people is invite the old fashioned ways so that if you were in 1975, I know some of you young ones are rolling your eyes, but if you were in 1975 or 1980 or whatever, and you were lucky enough to have a birthday party. Let's say your parents were throwing you a birthday party and you were lucky enough to have one. I know not everyone was. How would they invite people? They would make phone calls to little Johnny's mom and say, "Hey, Johnny's mom, I'm doing a birthday party for Susan. We hope Johnny can be there. We're so excited. Susan's turning 8. Woohoo! It's a whatever theme. Have them bring roller skate. I don't know, whatever, right? But you're excited. They're hearing your voice and they're getting a personal invitation from you. Another great way to do it, paper in the mail. What kind of mail do y'all get these days? You getting great mail? I'm getting a lot of bills. Well, we have mostly bill pay now, so I'm getting junk. I get junk in the mail. So are people excited to get something in the mail? Heck yeah. Mail them something, make a flyer, hand out flyers. Like old-fashioned way is great. Other ways to do it, Facebook event, texting people, doing a voice memo, Evite. Now, if you're going to do those other ways, do 3 or 4 of them. And that's another thing people will say to me, "Well, I don't want to be bothering everybody." Do you really think they're opening your email? Do you know what an email open rate is? It's like 30%, even from personal email. So email invites probably aren't going to be seen. You could do an email invite, a Facebook group, you could do an Evite, you could do a text group, all those ways, and the message still might not get through to the busy average person. So invite big, invite often, follow up, and remind. So let's see if we have, nope, I didn't put a slide for it. So I'm just going to tell you the day of the event, and this is critical. So this week on Wednesday, I spent my whole day sending out the reminders. And boy, do people come back. Oh, I'm in New England. Oh, I'm at the Cape. We're not going to make it back. Oh, I'm doing this. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't make it after all. I had like 5 or 6 of those the day of. These were people we thought were coming. Other people said, "Oh, thank you for the reminder. I forgot." Again, not top of mind to them the way it's top of mind to us. So the reminder is huge. Now, when you get people in the room, so the invites are huge. Really, the most important part is the invite. People worry about the food, the day, the location, the products, but if people aren't in the room, none of that matters. So please write this in big letters on your notebook. Invite is the most important piece of a pop-up. If I'm not going to invite right, I may as well not plan it all out because I'm not going to have anybody in the room, or I'll have 1 or 2 people in the room. 1 or 2 people in the room is fine. Never cancel. The lady who came when we had the one bought a big old bunch of stuff. She'll probably be a customer for life. We think she's going to be a planner. So never cancel. It sends the wrong message, and the one person could be the exact right person you need for your business. I'll tell you a quick story about going to a party where it was me and the host and nobody came, and she was mortified, and she said, "I'm going to run over to my neighbor's house and see if they're home." She ran over to her neighbor's house, grabbed her neighbor. Her neighbor came. We started talking. She said, "You know who would love this? My sister-in-law." She ran out, grabbed her sister-in-law. Sister-in-law came back. Those 3 ladies all joined my business and they created a massive leg. Always show up. All right, simple, simple. So when you're doing the food. And I know you're all going to tell me, this is what I hear a lot. I'm Italian. We have to have a lot of food, or I'm a Latina. I have to have a lot of food. I'm what is it? Italian, Greek, Latina. I think everybody, Armenian, y'all have to have a lot of food. Okay, great. I get it. I'm Italian, Armenian, we need to have a lot of food too. But here's the deal. It's not about the food. Susan said it was so cute. She's like, it's not about the charcuterie and wine, it's about the products. When you put out too much stuff, what the message is to the people who are there, because remember, the people there are looking around and they're thinking, well, this is kind of cool. Maybe I could do this. They're not going to think maybe I could do this if you have a champagne fountain and the biggest charcuterie board ever and all these different desserts and you wines and a signature cocktail and you've dropped, $1,000 for this part. Nope. I recommend, and what I do, I tell people I have two beverages. I have water and I get the little inexpensive champagnes. I'm like, you could have water or you could have champagne. And I laugh, ha ha ha. What do you want? Water or champagne? Well, guess what most people get, right? And I pour them a nice little glass. And I don't spend a lot. I buy cases of it and it's very low cost. It's probably not good for you, but who cares? They're having a little, loosening them up a little bit, making them a little more apt to buy. Okay, I didn't say that. I didn't say get people drunk to sell them stuff. Please don't write that on your notes. Please don't tell corporate. Can you imagine? Well, Jen Barsamian says to get people drunk and they'll buy your product. Okay, no. All right. Anyway, bowl of grapes and let people pick them off themselves, right? You got some grapes, water with lemon, done. Or cheese and crackers, water with lemon, done. So I do water, champagne, cheese and crackers, done. Don't spend money. I'm working with a woman right now. She's a very young mom, very young single mom. And she said to me, she's like, Jen, I don't know. I don't know if I can afford to do a party. I'm like, can you afford to wipe down your kitchen counters and clean your table? And she said, yes. And I said, do you have a kit of products? She said, yes. I said, that's it. We're good to go. Now we see stuff on social media. I know we all watch it. We watch the people with the mirrors and the crystal bowls with water that you can gently splash on your face, and the headbands with the bows and the towels that you spray and they expand and then. Nope. I tell people, bring a way to tie your hair back. They have elastics. People have stuff. It is literally about the products. Now, I will provide face cloths and I try to get people to a bathroom, right? So that's what I do. I went to TJ Maxx. I don't know if y'all have that. I got a couple stacks of face cloths. They were like $4. You get 5 because I know I'm going to be doing them a lot, right? So, or paper towels are great. They have makeup towels that you can buy. I mean, recommend you guys, recommend what you use to get the stuff off their face. All right. Very easy. Nothing fancy. The day of, you want to follow up, obviously, with the reminder, but some logistics. So I say to people, you can park on the street or park at my neighbor's next door or park around the corner here and come in the back door. Now, this is very specific. We're giving these logistics because it is a mental rehearsal for their brain. Okay. They are practicing in their head showing up at your house. Oh, I'm going to park here. I'm going to walk in the side door. Once they've done it mentally, they're far more likely to do it physically. So reminders with logistics. And I put the ice here because everybody always says, have them bring a bag of ice. If they ask, can I bring anything? Yes, I could really use ice. You'll have 8 ice bags in your fridge, but that's okay. Because then they have to come, they're bringing the ice. That's their job. So reminders and logistics, very important. Invite big, keep it simple. No, that's from my team. All right. So then we're going to talk about what happens at the party. And I guess I can stop the share and we can have a little face to face. How am I doing on time? Have I told? Yeah, I've talked way over my time. All right. We're going to wrap this up quick. You don't need to be wearing Gucci and pouring Vouvet. I don't even know what that is. Is that like Cristal? right? So anyway, real quick, once you get people in the room, they got their hair back. You're gonna put the skincare on them. Okay. You're gonna do the double cleanse. And I like to break it down into sections. So we have 3 sections: double cleanse. I call it the hyaluronic acid phase, the hyaluronic phase. And that is the oil mist and the calming balance gel. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is I just call it the nutrition. This is repairing your skin, getting rid of fine lines and wrinkles, giving you the glow. It makes it easier for people to conceptualize if it's the cleanse, the hyaluronic. And if people don't know what hyaluronic is, I lightly define it. I say it's not acid. It's something that you're born with as a baby. You have lots of it. It gives you the big, cute cheeks, the chuk chuk. And then as we get older, we lose it. That's it. Hyaluronic phase, nutrition phase. Okay. And then we go through the steps. And sorry, back up, back up. Before they put anything on their face, they're pulling out their phone and they're taking a before. Now, this can be there before forever and ever, right? We captured it before Riman. Now we got them. I have them face a window because the window, not their back to the window, like I am right now in my daughter's apartment with a weird setup, face to the window, full light, neutral expression. After we put all the 3 phases, right, on their face, come back and take another photo in that same location. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes we will get a difference right then and there in the room. And that's where the magic happens. Oh my goodness, Doris, your eye bags. Look at your eye bag. Now, poor Doris probably doesn't even know she has eye bags, but they have reduced greatly. Sometimes nothing happens to Doris's eye bags. We don't know, but if it does, we have captured it. We have the before and after. Okay. So then before skincare, after, and I do some preemptive complaint like management. And this is what I say. This is rejuvenating your skin at the cellular level. You are getting skin cell rejuvenation, and it is pushing your skin cell renewal cycle a little bit faster. That means you may feel tightness, tingling, itching. You may get a little redness. Now, nobody told Jen Barsamian that she might get a little redness. And guess who stopped using the products for 2 weeks because she thought she was reacting to it? Okay. So it's really important to let people know what is expected. Another thing I say is if it feels sticky, that means your skin is extra dry because when you're dry, you're not absorbing, right? Your cells aren't opening to receive the moisturization and the hydration. And I use the example of a plant that has been super dry. Somebody has not watered your plant. You've been on vacation for 2 weeks and that poor plant is dry. And you come and you pour all the water on it. What happens to the water that you dump on that plant? Does that dry soil just absorb it all beautifully and become dark, fluffy soil? No, it all flies out the bottom. On our skin, it all stays on the top. So you want people to know, right? So it's just preemptively, and for the most part, that never happens, right? So that's that. And I'm going to leave you with my final tip. This is how you make all the sales. And Susan's going to laugh at me. I do not say if you want to purchase something, we are set up with a computer in the kitchen to take your order. Or if you want to purchase something, pull out your phone and let's place an order. What I do, and this may seem very old fashioned to a lot of you, I have printed out order forms and pens, and I put them in front of every single person sitting there, and I assume the sale. And I say, and believe me, this felt so weird for me. Like I did not feel good about this. Probably the first 5 times I was like, is this too salesy? No. If people in the United States come to a direct selling party, there's an unspoken contractual obligation that they're going to buy something. If you go to a paper chef party. You are leaving there with a chopper. You are. So they know they're coming to buy something. So you assume the sale. And then you say, and if you need any help with product recommendations or figuring out what you would like to use, just let me know. And then they sit there with their pen and they sit there and they look at, and I have the order form. It's from the drive that has all the pictures of everything. And I show them what we used. I say, this is what we used today. You can get the whole thing for $335. And then I like to tell them the story of our med spa. We have a med spa on the team. Well, we have a lot of med spas on the team, but one med spa pulled a cream off her shelf when I was in there with the EX cream, and I was telling her it was $60 for the EX cream. And she pulled a tiny cream off her shelf and she said, Jen, this cream that doesn't even work is $300. And I like to tell that story because for $335, you get this massive set. It's going to last you a few months and it's going to work. So I show them, give them the order form, and then they all kind of sit there. If you let somebody walk out that door without ordering, does anybody know the percentage chance that they're actually going to go back and place the order? I see that Jamie's like, no, no. And that's like, bah, right? Does anyone know the percentage chance? Or you can unmute yourself, I think, and let us know. Alan got it. Alan, woo, direct sale master, Alan Shu, 10%. It's so low. Don't let him out the door. Don't let him out the door. All right. Because you just spent all this time and this energy and this everything, right? So close like a champ, close like a pro, get that sale and just do it. You guys just do it scared. It really isn't as hard as we're making it out to be. As we just went through all these steps and all this information, but the basics is get them in a room, put skincare on their face, have them place an order. Done. It really is that easy. All right. Love you. Sorry it was so long. You guys are the best. I love this chat is on fire. I'm going to turn it back to our lovely co-presenters here. And you're
Hey.
about to hear from Jermaine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Jen. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Put some love in the chat, fire emojis, hearts, all of that stuff. Look, as I go into my merce and pull out the things look, yes, I got a merce too, carry them. It's all good. Look here, but no, that was amazing. Everybody on this call, look, they always say the difference between a communicator and an educator. A lot of times an educator will take the simple and make it complex. A communicator will take the complex and make it simple. She communicated how to do a K-pop-up, all of the philosophies around it and behind it, all of the chat, what's going on there. Dr. Rentgen there answering questions, amazing content just over in the chat as well on screen. Jen, thank you so much. Success leaves clues. We know why. You are breaking ranks, hitting goals, and helping so many people. Congratulations. Thank you for that, sis.